Hello, Girisan sir. Good morning. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sunshine is a welcome thing. It brings a lot of brightness. So, bringing the brightness to this program, I welcome Dr. Bhagiraj, IPRCL Coordinator, Head Department of Microbiology, to deliver the welcome address.
So, very good afternoon, all of you present here. So, it's my honor and privilege to welcome the great personality with us today, Dr. E K GIRISAN, Head Department of Computer Applications, SNGC College. So, welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, sir is going to deliver the lecture, and definitely you will be enlightened on design thinking, critical thinking, and innovative design. So, on behalf of IIC, Sri Nehru Mahavidyalaya College of Arts and Science, once again, I welcome you, sir. So, at this great point, I would like to welcome our all management members in their absentia. And it's my honor to welcome our dynamic leader, our beloved principal, Dr. B. Subramani. Welcome, you, sir. And I welcome the IIC coordinator, Mrs. Selva Jayanti, and all the members of IIC of SNMV CAS, and our special invitee, Dr. A. Vijay Chitra ma'am, and all the participants, faculty members, students. I welcome all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It is important to be a person of honor. I'm very happy to introduce our chief guest, Dr. E K GIRISAN. He has more than 20 years of experience in teaching in the subject of computer science. He also works as a placement officer since in the year 2007. His areas of specialization includes cloud computing and grid computing. Till now, he has guided 21 MPhil scholars successfully. He is a life member of Computer Society of India and has received active participation award during the year 2016 to 17 from CSI Coimbatore chapter. He has also received an award on Teachers Day from Global Vision in Infocon Services Coimbatore during September 2014. He also has received grants from UGC in Flipnet for the conduct of national seminar on Enlist, having been invited as guest speaker in various colleges from Coimbatore, Karur, Madurai, Palakkad, and the other districts. He has presented and published several research articles in the field of advanced computer networks. He is a member of Board of Studies, Question Paper Scrutiny, and examiner in autonomous and affiliated colleges. He is the ambassador for IIT Bombay Spoken Tutorial Online Training Program. Sir has certified auditor for ISO 9001 to 2015. He is also the college officer for the All India Survey on Higher Education. He has served as a nodal officer in issuing EPIC for the college students and nodal officer for the National Scholarship Portal. Very recently, he received Kalvi Sudar Oli Virudu from Sri Guru Trust. Welcome you, sir. Now the forum is yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that wonderful speech. And
Welcome, sir. A special welcome from my side.
Okay.
Welcome.
You are there in college or you are outside?
Now I have come to college.
Okay. Very good. So I think the time is 12:03.
Yeah.
How long should I take?
It's left to you. Till you impart the knowledge. Till you impart the particular topic's knowledge to the students and the faculty, you can take.
I will not. I'll not narrow down on that topic. Anyway, you tell me the feedback after the session whether it was useful or not on a later period. And I think all of you are from microbiology, or it is from different streams.
I think that's a mixed population too.
Okay. And all of them can understand English.
Yeah, very well.
Okay, because I can be bilingual also. Or
Okay.
even, okay. So, Subrahmani sir is there, huh?
I think sir is not there.
Okay, no problem. Okay. So we have a few faculties and a few staff members, isn't it? Sorry, students.
Yeah.
Okay. They are all UG and PG combination.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay. So a very good afternoon to one and all present in this virtual gathering. I am indeed happy and be honored to present before you the topic on design thinking, critical thinking, all the types of thinking. On the request of Dr. Vijay Chitra, my close friend, I have been invited to deliver a session on this particular topic. I thank her on behalf of myself and also the organizers, the IIC team from SNMV College, Dr. Bhagiraj sir, Chitra Devi, all faculty members, not one in particular. So that is the thing. And be patient for about 40-45 minutes, because more than that, you cannot listen to anyone. And I think all of you are listening. So that is the most important skill. See, when you see our education, we have studied in school, in college, and we are doing all sorts of things as part of the education system. But why some people are succeeding there is an announcement, so that is why I'm okay. There was an announcement, so little disturbance. Okay. Now, why do some of your peers or classmates succeeded, and why we have not succeeded? Those kind of questions should be welcomed, and everyone should do the introspection. Find out why we have failed at times. Failure is not considered as a bad thing. We have to undergo failure. Then only we'll know the real success. So, what is the thing is Stephen Covey? There is a communication scientist. What he has listed down is there are 4 important skills that everyone should possess. One is the listening skill. That means when you hear someone speaking, you have to listen to them. In Tirukural also it is there. So you have to keep on listening whoever maybe the speaker says. It may be your teacher, you may be watching a movie or whatever it is. So through listening only, your mind will be expanded and it will gather more information and it will be retained in your brain for a long period. Rather than, next one is reading. So you need to undergo the second skill, that is reading. So that we call it as LSRW skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Out of which the percentage is more for listening. So every student, every person, I'll say that every person should have this LSRW skills. Okay, that is a small introductory note with that, and the skill set required for every person, and the demand. See, why do we have more IT companies in India? If you take the recruiters, the IT is the largest recruiter in the country and in the world. Why? Because there is more demand for the computer people, IT people, isn't it? So even though every field is important, but more number of vacancies are arising in the field of computer. That is why IT is the largest recruiter in our country. Okay, and what do they do? What do they do? They will analyze the skill set or skills that are required for them. See, I want to construct a house. So what will I look after? I look after a person who is very good at constructing the house, isn't it? So I will inquire. I'll go to different places. I will talk to people, and finally I'll come to a conclusion. So I will think more in order to construct a small house. Okay. Even though if I'm getting a rupees 10 pen, I'll take a simple example. I'm going to buy a pen. The value of the money is 10 rupees only. So I will think for a moment at least from which shop, what type of pen, what is the company name, etc. So thinking is there in everybody. It is a process. Actually, it is a process, and you have to think more in order to get some solution. Why do we think? Simply without thinking, you will not get solution. Now the time is 12:10. You will be thinking what to have for lunch. Some of you, not all. So that should be there. Your mind always should be thinking on a particular topic for a long period of time, because otherwise what will happen is your neurons will die. So if your neurons die, what will happen? The thinking capacity will be reduced. Okay. So that is the importance of thinking. So fortunately, we had the World Thinking Day on February 22nd. 4 or 5 days back, we had the World Thinking Day. So thinking or thought process is very, very important for every person living in this world. So he has to think. You know about the greatest thinkers in the world, scientist, Dr. Albert Einstein. What he says is, everyone should think for 95% to solve the problem that requires 5%. So out of 100%, he gives 95% for thinking. Only 5% is for solution. Okay. So why do we go for thinking? Why do we think? We are thinking to get a solution. There is a problem. Problem can be small, minuscule, small, very small, large, very large, greater. The country India is having a problem. The state is having several problems. The society is having several problems. The individual people are having several problems. Individual house are having problems. Every person is having problem, isn't it? Is there any person in the world without any problem? No. The problem, the nature will differ from individual to others. I have a problem which you may not have, but in general, see, somebody is switched on the mic, I think. I'll tell the person. Somebody, some of you, one of you. Madam, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Yes.
Okay.
Okay. No, you at least faculty be attentive. Okay. Now, so everyone has got a problem. Every individual has got a problem. Every house has got a problem. Every society, everything, we have a problem. So you have to give a solution for that. How do we get the solution? When you think only, you get a solution. So thinking is very important in order to solve any kind of problem. The problem may be scientific, maybe social, maybe anything. There are different types of problems that exist. Okay. So thinking is important. So when you come to thinking, what is the skill sets that are required for this century? I'll open my slide. What are the skill sets that are required for this particular century? Now, 100 years back, we didn't have this problem. Everyone's minds were different thinking of a different thing, and we had independence was a problem for us. Our country was not free. So that was the problem in those days. Now we don't have that problem. Okay. We don't have that particular. So this is me. This is your topic. Okay. Now, what are the skill sets or skills that are on demand for this particular century? If you take the century, 100 years, and in that we have different. In the year 2000, we had Y2K problem. Those who lived in this period, we were all there. There was a problem in computer, Y2K problem everywhere, because after 2000, it should be 2001. It was not possible in computer. Today, it has been solved. So Y2K problem was very prominent in those days. Those who were studying or those who were in that period might have known that it is a world pandemic. Sorry, not pandemic. It is a pan world over problem. It was there. So it was solved. So every time, every few years, every year, there are problems that are changing. What is the demanding skills for this century is, you can see on the screen, 2015 we had certain type of things, and in 2020, in which we are having certain set of skills that are very important for every individual in order to sustain, in order to live in this world. So what are the problems? Are the problem solving skill, complex problems. Problem solving is simple problem, anybody can solve. Complex problems. For example, Corona came, every scientist were into developing the vaccine. So one day the vaccine came out. So that was a very complex problem because they were not aware about the coronavirus earlier. You understand? So that kind of things, that is a very large problem. And the companies will have small problems, the colleges will have, everywhere the complexity varies. So complex problems solving should be there. Critical thinking, the most important aspect, which is also our title of today's session, that is there. Creativity, everybody is creative, I am also creative, you're also creative, but where do we apply the creativity? I am having creative mindset, and it is there in my mind. I do not design, I do not apply. Then what is the use of creativity? No use. So therefore, there is a difference between creativity and design. So creativity is there in everyone, but design should be the thing which should be done in order to solve a problem. People management, emotional intelligence, etc., etc. Cognitive flexibility. So cognition means your knowledge, how you are applying. It should be flexible and should be applicable to the particular solution, so particular problem. Okay, so these are some of the life skills that are required or needed for the 2020, which we are in. Compared to 5 years back, we didn't have the. We were focusing on listening. We were focusing on the quality, because we cannot today talk on quality, because everything is quality product. If there is a product in the market without quality, the next day it will not be available. It will be vanished. Okay. Now I was talking about creativity and design. What is creativity? The creativity is a skill or the ability of a person or a company in order to solve a particular problem. So there are several strategies which are applied in creativity in order to solve certain kinds of problems. One such strategy is the design thinking perspective. You have to take into consideration the design thinking perspective in order to solve a problem. Then, what is the difference between creativity and design? Design is a very generic word. You can have design in the field of food making, in your house, in constructing a house, architectural design. So it is not a word which is associated with scientific field. It is a generic. Anybody can use the word design. You can also have any type of design. Design is a generic word. So people think that it is a visual expression. That is, I can see this by my eyes. I designed a car. I designed a home. I designed a pen. I designed origami, like that we are saying. But actually, it is the method. It is a method, and it is a sequence of steps that are applied for having a finished product. Okay, for having a product, I should able to see the product after the design. Okay, so that differs from people to people. The designing thing differs from people to people. For example, if you take the mobile phone, in the year 2000, it was like a very big size. Now we have of different sizes and of different usage. So there is a very vast things which are applied in the design of a mobile. Now it is like a computer itself. You can see, you can do everything what a computer does in a mobile. So in that way, they have designed, they have reduced the size of the integrated circuits which are there in the mobile phone. So therefore, there also design is there, designing the electronic circuits. So that is the design. But creativity is a problem-solving skill. Design is a method, is the way how you craft, how you think, how you have a sequence of steps in order to solve that particular thing. I want to reduce the size of the mobile phone. I started thinking how to reduce the size of the mobile phone. So I'll go to all kind of things and I'll do all the things, and finally I will have a mobile phone which is designed in a manner in which all users are having better experience. So what is the approach? As far as an approach is concerned, what is the difference between creativity and design? Creativity involves social movement to empower the people, and they do not use the design to scale it up. What is my creativity? I cannot think about design. Design is different. Creativity is different. Creativity, for example, you have today they are saying we can talk about virtual reality, augmented reality. We do not need the mobile phone in our hand. We can have a virtual mobile phone like that. They are saying in the days to come it may come. So that is creativity. Design is how do I craft it? How do I make it workable? So that is what design. That is the difference between, as far as an approach is concerned, the difference between creativity and design. So in general, creativity is the greatest asset one can have in their minds. Even it is a community. It can be a community. If you go to a company, it is a community. You are not the only person. There may be several persons involved in the in creative things, doing the creative things. Okay. And whereas the design is the commodity, you have the end product. So these are some of the differences between the creativity and design. Now coming to our thinking, I was talking about what is thinking. Thinking means it is a thought process. You are activating more number of neurons in your brain so that it will think, retain, and implement. Okay, you have to always activate the even while sleeping. They say even while sleeping we are having dreams. So dreams can be also classified into several types, even though your brain is active. Okay, so you will be somewhat or other you will be thinking. Okay, so thinking is again a generic term in which there are several types. What you can say is design of the thinking, critical thinking, lateral thinking, like that, so on and so forth. So basically, lateral thinking we are not concerned, because lateral thinking is individual perspective. If there is a problem given to me, for example, mathematics you have studied in school, algebra, all those things, set theory, etc. So they will, the mathematics people will have a sequence of steps to get the solution. But I have something which is called as lateral thinking. I do not follow the steps. I'll go and think and directly give the answer. The answer may be same for all. Those who follow the steps and those who are not following the steps. Those who are not following the steps and they are getting the correct answer, they are said to be lateral thinkers, or that concept that they have arrived because of lateral thinking. Okay, our back part of the brain is more responsible for lateral thinking. Many of them you can find, if you ask them for a direction to a place, you are standing in a row, you are traveling in a particular area where you do not know the destination, that is exact route. Several people will be immediately saying about the shortcuts. The shortcuts means, 1 second. So, sorry, there was a phone call. So, lateral thinking is the thinking what is there for, with everyone, where you can solve any problem in a shortcut method, whereas the solution or the answer will be same. The manner in which you are doing is not focused upon. So that is what lateral thinking, which we don't focus here. Here we focus on two important things. One is the critical thinking and design thinking. So, in these days, around a decade back, this topic of design of the thinking and critical thinking came to the limelight. Because of what? Because of there are several problems that are existing in the world where we do not get a sustainable solution. See, the United Nations, what they are saying is you have to, I'm talking about a broader area where we have many problems as far as a country or the world itself is concerned. We have got carbon emission, you know that. Carbon footprint is more. How do we solve that? The ozone layer depletion, how do we solve that? The electronic waste, how do we solve that? The plastic waste and the usage of plastic, everything. These are very big problems. So you know, in Western countries, particularly in America, what they are doing is they are making reusable only, but again in reusable there is a problem. If you take the cardboard, if I buy something from Amazon or Flipkart, they are putting it in a box and giving to us. So that is a cardboard, that is also plastic. So that is also not sustainable. It is also harmful to the society, to the world, okay, to the environment in which we are living. So what the UN is focusing, United Nations is focusing is we have to have a sustainable development goal, which now when I was born in this world, there were rivers which were flowing with water, there were streams, there were mountains, there were seas, etc. The nature was there. But after 50 years, what will happen is it is getting depleted. The soil is getting eroded. The people are making use of the river sand and spoiling the river. The natural beauty is being spoiled. So what we have to do is should not do like that. In whatever manner it was there when we came to this world, we should retain in that same manner when we leave this world. That is called as sustainability. The rivers, like what it was flowing earlier, the mountains, the hills, etc. So what nowadays, because of the technology, because of the development, because of many things, what they are doing is they are all taking away the natural resources. We should have alternate methods. We should start thinking about the alternate method. For example, I'll tell you a method where we have got various e-waste in this world, electronic waste. See, I'm using a mobile phone, I'm using a laptop, and I'm using several things, pen, etc. For us, it may be a very small thing. It is only a pen. After all, it is a pen, 10 rupees. But what is the impact of the pen if it is not used? I'll throw it away. It impacts the nature. It impacts the soil. So that is a solution. It was not like that earlier. 100 years back, there was no such e-waste as of today. Today, if you take e-waste is large, enormous. So nobody can able to reuse it or make a viable solution. It is a global problem. Similarly, the carbon emissions. Like that, I can say many global problems because of that global warming, climate change, etc., etc. So we need people to think and give solution for this. So how do we do that? It is a very large problem. So like that, we can divide the problem into specific problem, individual problem. As I told you earlier, individual problem, family problem, societal problem, and the country or the regional problem. Like that, we can have several kinds of problems. For all these things, we need a solution. So how do we develop the solution? By way of design thinking, which uses critical thinking. Can you understand? So design thinking is a major aspect of giving a solution for the problem, in which we are making use of the critical thinking as part of design thinking. So what is critical thinking? So critical thinking, you can see on the screen, is the analysis of the facts. Can you see the screen? Are you all there or you have slept?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay. The critical thinking is the analysis of the facts. For example, e-waste, what is a fact? So if you accumulate more, if I do not use the laptop or mobile phone, I'll throw it away. It gets accumulated. There is a very large e-waste which is available in the particular region or a country. So there is no use of that. So we have to make use of it. That is okay. But what is the fact? You have to analyze the facts. Then what is the evidence? See the volume and observe and come to a conclusion. That is the most important thing. As far as critical thinking is concerned, you have to get all these things, analyze the facts, see the evidence, observe the things, and finally come to a judgment. For this e-waste in my college, in my home, in your home, everybody is having 1 or 2 mobiles. Every year they are changing. So in my home there is a this 5 kilo of or 1 kilo of electronic waste. I am going to do like this, like that, etc., etc. You will come to a solution. No, you come to a judgment. That is what critical thinking is. I'll tell you an example. You go to a court of law. The court of law, the judge is there. Any court, high court or whatever court, the advocate will argue. The opposite, the prosecution advocate also will argue. So there will be a heated argument between the 2 advocates. Finally, what will happen? The judgment will be given. Who will give the judgment? The judge will give the judgment. This is a very good example for critical thinking. Can you understand from this? You understand? Think about a court. You have seen in films. 2 people, 2 advocates will give arguments. They will quote the law, etc., etc. They will do. Finally, who will give the judgment? The judge will give the judgment. So how does the judge give the judgment? He will analyze the facts. He will observe the advocate. He will observe the accused. He will ask. He will see the evidences, and finally he comes to a solution to give a judgment. You are being sentenced for 5 years, or you are freed from you are acquitted from this case for all time. Like that, he will give the judgment. So this is the usage of critical thinking, which we are using for what? Design thinking. So what do you get from all these 2 kinds of thinking? There is a solution for the problem. What is a problem which does not have a solution? There is you cannot pass through that. There is a hindrance. Okay. So I'll tell you about the various kinds of problems. From this slide, you can come to know what are the, yes. These are the types of problems. That is, this can be classified into 3. One is known knowns. That means I know how to solve the problem. So no, we don't want anybody's help. You also know what is the problem. You also know how to solve the problem. Can you give an example? Can anyone from the audience, virtual audience?
Yes, sir.
Please give your name. Example for known knowns. Types of problem. Known knowns. I said it is a type of problem in which you will know what is the problem and you will know what.
For example, we can have garbage at a particular place.
This is the faculty member.
Yeah.
Faculty member. I want from the students.
Okay.
No, not an issue, but I want people to think.
Yeah, sure. Students, you can answer.
Yes. Students, all of you understand that we are all already, we have studied MSc, BSc, etc., and we are into the field. Why all these kind of sessions are there? Because it is for you only. That is the first point. Second point is, whoever is speaking, suppose I am taking the session, you ask questions. Okay, you be interactive. Otherwise, what happens is there is no interest between, I will think that there is no interest for you, and finally, I will also not have interest. This is I'm talking about in general. So this critical thinking is, questioning is important. The subject itself, thinking itself will come and you will come to a solution because of questioning. Questioning is very, very important. If I give a statement, problem statement, immediately, I am a teacher, I give a problem statement, you have to ask the teacher number of questions. You keep on asking the questions. So that by asking questions, you will have something in your mind to generate or to come to a solution. Okay, so questioning is the fundamental or foundation for critical thinking. So this question I'm asking is, I told you there are three types of problems. One is the known knowns. The second one is the known unknowns. The third one is the big unknowns. These are the types of problems which you can see in general. So I am asking you, give me an example for the first one, that is known knowns. That means I will tell you what is that. You know what is the problem and you should know how to solve it. Give me an example. Any example, any problem which you have come across. Every day we are coming across several problems. As I told you, it can be a minuscule problem. The ink in my pen gets over. That is a problem because I have to go to the shop and buy it. I'm not having an alternate pen. So that is a very small problem. So like that, problems can be of varied nature. It can be different things. So give me an example. Feel free. I'm not going to judge your thing. Nobody is going to judge you. All your faculty are like your friends, and they are there to help you, not to discourage or think ill about you. They are all there to help you. Every day, everything you commit is important. You either give a wrong answer or you either give a correct answer. Everything will be accepted. I'm talking to the students. Give me a wrong answer, because from wrong only right will come. I'll tell you an example. Suppose I want to ride a bicycle. I want to ride a bicycle. I'm having a bicycle in front of me. Can anyone say that the first moment I took the cycle and went 40 kilometers? We cannot say. Because it is new to me. I have to go pedal it and I have to sit in the seat. If I do that, I may fall. So I might have fallen 2-3 times. And within a week or within 10 days or within a month, it depends on the people. There are people who can ride the cycle after 1 hour practice. There are people who can ride the cycle even after practicing for 1 month, they cannot ride. There are people for a lifetime, they cannot ride the cycle, even though from the childhood they might have practiced cycling. You understand? So what is the difference? The skill set is the different. The person who has immediately observed, immediately asked questions with the trainer, how to ride, what is the pedal, where is the seat, what is the brake, etc., and observed and conversed and started riding, will immediately ride the cycle within 1 or 2 days. The other people, lifelong person who does not know to ride the cycle, even though undergoing training, he might have not asked questions. He might not know where is the pedal, where is the brake, etc., etc. So what happens is he fails. So this is what called as training. Training is this swimming. Same case you go take swimming. You see, I myself, I do not know how to swim because we are in Coimbatore. There is no place for swimming. Water and all is not available. So we didn't practice. If you ask the same question to a village person, there is a river or pond or a lake, he will immediately say, I know swimming. You understand? So if they give me training also, it varies. I may learn swimming for within 1 month or 6 months or 1 year. Or if they give 1 year, 2 year training, I may not be able to learn. So that skill set is differing from person to person. So in that manner, you should ask the questions. Why this program is conducted? Who is conducting? What is the purpose of this program? Then only you get answers, you will get things. Okay. So these are the types of problems, known, unknowns. One of you give me an example. First. யாரும் இல்லையா? இருக்காங்களா? தூங்கிட்டாங்களா?
இருக்காங்க சார். என்ன தமிழ்ல வேணா கேளுங்க, உங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் சொல்லுவாங்க.
சரி, யாருக்கு இப்போ 3 டைப் ஆஃப் ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் இருக்குங்க. ஒன்னு வந்து known unknowns. known அப்படின்னா தமிழ் என்ன? தெரியும். known knowns. அது எப்படி சொல்றேன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. You know the problem, you know the solution. ஓகே. ரெண்டாவது வந்து known unknowns. தெரியும் ஆனா தெரியாது. இது ப்ராப்ளம் என்னன்னு தெரியும் ஆனா சொல்யூஷன் என்னன்னு தெரியாது. ஓகே. மூணாவது டைப் வந்து மிகப்பெரிய unknowns தெரியல, இது எப்படின்னு தெரியல. ஓகே, இதான் 3 types of problems. Any problem you take, you can define under this. ஓகே, அதுக்கு நான் என்ன கேட்கிறேன்னா, known knownsக்கு I want an example. Feel free. தப்பான ஆன்சர் கொடுங்கன்னு சொல்லிட்டேன். Give me the wrong answer. Okay. Shall I give?
So just a minute, sir.
Yes. உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் நினைக்கிறேன். அன்மியூட் பண்ணிட்டு you can say your name and give the. Who is that? Someone said just a minute. All of you are in college or in home?
College only, sir.
College only, okay. What is the difference between home and house? Okay, so known unknowns. For example, I'll tell you an example. Okay, today is very, the sun is too much hot. Okay, suppose I am going to sell the butter. Tennali Raman kadala kelipattirupinga. In this hot sun, will I go and sell the butter? I will not, because if I go in this hot sun, what will happen? It will melt. Okay, so I will not sell. So I know the problem. This is hot sun. I will not sell the butter. Okay. Somebody is going, he may be a mad person. Okay. This is an example. Next one, known unknowns. நமக்கு அந்த ப்ராப்ளம் என்னன்னு தெரியும், ஆனா சொல்யூஷன் எப்படின்னு தெரியல. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், முந்தானத்துக்கு சாயங்காலம் என்னோட மொபைல் போன் Redmi 7A ரிப்பேர் ஆயிடுச்சு. எப்படின்னா, சார்ஜ் பண்ணி வச்சிருந்தேன். ஒரு 6:45 ஒரு கால் வந்துச்சு. அதுக்கப்புறம் இதாகல. அது பேர் என்ன, டிஸ்பிளே ஒன்றும் தெரியல, அப்படியே ஒன்றும் தெரியல, பிளாக்கா இருக்கு. ஆனா சார்ஜ் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு, அந்த லைட் எரிஞ்சிட்டு இருக்கு. அப்ப எனக்கு ப்ராப்ளம் என்னன்னு தெரியுது. சம்திங் ஹேஸ் ஹேப்பன்ட் டு மை மொபைல். அதாவது ரீஸ்டார்ட்டோ அதெல்லாம் எல்லாமே பண்ணிட்டேன். நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம், உடனே ரீஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவோம், இது பேட்டரி கழட்டுவோம், எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டேன். பட் ஐ டு நாட் நோ ஹவு டு சால்வ் இட், இல்லையா? ஐ எம் டாக்கிங் மை எக்ஸாம்பிள். ஸோ ஐ வெண்ட் ஸ்ட்ரைட் டு த மொபைல் ஃபோன் ரிப்பேர் ஷாப். அவர் ஒரு half an hourல he made it, he gave the solution. I paid the money, I came back. So this is an example for known unknowns. I know the problem. அதாவது செல்போன் ஏதோ ப்ராப்ளம் ஆயிடுச்சு, டிஸ்பிளே இதாகல, சார்ஜ் ஆகுது ஆனா டிஸ்பிளே இல்லை, ஏதோ சம்திங் ஹஸ் ஹேப்பன்ட். எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டேன், ஹவு டு சால்வ் பண்ணிட்டேன், நானே பண்ண, எனக்கு தெரியல, பட் ஐ டன் ஹவு டு சால்வ், ஐ குட் நாட் டு. I went to the shop and I solved. This is the second type of problems you might have come across. Here only we need the consultation of your guide or tutor or your faculty. In case if you do the scientific problems, projects எல்லாம் பண்றப்போ நீங்க வந்து இந்த மாதிரி தான் மோஸ்ட்லி இருக்கும். மேடம் இல்ல சார் எனக்கு இது எப்படின்னு தெரியல அப்படின்னா they will come and help you. இப்போ எனக்கு அந்த கடைக்காரன் எப்படி ஹெல்ப் பண்ணணும் அந்த மாதிரி they will come and help you to do the projects. உங்க ப்ராஜெக்ட் எல்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லையா அது. Third one is big unknowns. என்னன்னே தெரியல, ப்ராப்ளமும் தெரியல, அதோட சொல்யூஷனும் தெரியல. I do not know what is the root cause of the problem. What is the problem? How to solve it? I do not know. I am blind. So there is a very big blind spot which has happened, and these kind of problems I am unable to think at all. இது எப்படின்னு தெரியலங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்றதுதான். Okay, I do not know how to solve them, and I do not know what is the cause of the problem. So this kind of problems we can classify into big unknowns. Okay, so in that manner you have to classify the problems into 3. Okay, you can do it. Then what is the use of our topic is in order to give the solution for the problems. So design of the thinking, you have to, it is not design the thinking, you have to there is a thinking in your mind, you have to design it. That is what design thinking. உங்க மனசுல ஆன்சர் இருக்கு, அது எப்படி டிசைன் பண்ணுங்கிறது தான் டிசைன் திங்கிங். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், the process of design thinking, involves certain, this is the process, certain steps. Okay, one is the empathy. நம்ம சிம்பதி கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்போம், அவர் மேல ரொம்ப பாவமா இருக்காருங்க, ரொம்ப சிம்பத்தியா இருக்காரு. இப்ப எம்பத்தி, இப்ப நமக்கு ப்ராப்ளம் என்ன, நம்ம கிடைச்சிருச்சு. We have got the problem. You keep in mind one problem about the electronic waste that is generated in your house. எங்கேயும் போக வேண்டாம், உங்க வீட்லயே இருக்கு. செல்போன் இருக்கு, டிவி இருக்கு, பழைய டிவி இருக்கு, கவர்மெண்ட்ல கொடுத்த டிவி இருக்கு, எல்லாம் எலக்ட்ரானிக் வேஸ்ட் தான், எல்லாமே பிளாஸ்டிக் தான். ஈவன் அந்த கார்ட்போர்டு பட்டியே பிளாஸ்டிக் தான். ஓகே, எல்லாம் டேஞ்சர் ஃபார் த என்விரான்மெண்ட். நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி யூ ஹேவ் டு கீப் இன் மைண்ட் சஸ்டைனபிலிட்டி. அது ஒரு மைண்ட் செட்ல உங்களுக்கு சொல்யூஷனுக்கு, எனி சொல்யூஷன் யூ ஷுட் ஹேவ் சஸ்டைனபிலிட்டி. இப்போ பிளாஸ்டிக் யூஸ் பண்ணாதன்னு சொல்றாங்க, யூ ஷுட் ஸ்டார்ட் டூயிங் தட். கடைக்கு போறப்ப பிளாஸ்டிக் எடுத்து போகக்கூடாது. ஏன்னா நீங்க ஒரு பேக்கெட் கொண்டு அவன் ஒரு பேக்கெட் தருவான். ஏற்கனவே அந்த சர்க்கரை ரவையெல்லாம் பிளாஸ்டிக்ல இருக்கு. அதனால பிளாஸ்டிக் அவாய்ட் பண்றது, யூ ஹேவ் டு டூ இட் பிகாஸ் என்விரான்மெண்ட் கெடுதல். ஓகே, லைக் தட். You have the problem of, example, keep in mind the electronic waste. You have to have the empathy. That is the first important step in design of the thinking. So what is that empathy? Empathy means going to the person, going and finding the real nature of the problem. Electronic waste எப்படி வருது, எங்க இருந்தெல்லாம் வருது, கம்ப்யூட்டர்ல இருக்கு, வீட்டுல இருக்கு, செல்லுல இருக்கு, அண்ணங்கிட்ட இருக்கு, தம்பிக்கிட்ட இருக்கு. That like that you have to think from your mind. Okay, that is called as empathizing or empathy. That means you have to immerse yourself, try it. எப்படி வந்துச்சு, இது எங்க ஏது அப்படின்னு you have doing that. Next one is, in empathy you have to observe how this has come. ஏன் எலக்ட்ரானிக், எனக்கு 2 மொபைல் இருக்கு, ஒன்னு யாருக்கும் இருக்கு, எதுக்கு அப்ப 2 வாங்க மாட்டேன். ஓகே, so like that you have to observe. That means you have to look into the reason of why this has come. Then third one, you have to engage with the user. I'm talking about a very quite a large problem. You have to engage with the user, collaborate with the user. Okay, this step is a diverging step. This will be expanded. ஒரு ஆள்கிட்ட மட்டும் கேட்க கூடாது. இப்போ உங்களுக்கு ப்ராப்ளம் எலக்ட்ரானிக் வேஸ்ட்னால உங்களுக்கு என்னங்க பாதிப்புன்னு ஒருத்தர் கேட்டா எனக்கு ஒன்றும் தெரியாதுங்கன்றாரு. ஆனா ஒரு கவர்மெண்ட் கிட்ட கேட்டா அவன் சொல்லுவான் சொல்யூஷன். ஒரு கார்பரேஷன் கமிஷனர் கோயம்புத்தூர் போட்டா ஐயோ வெரி பிக் ப்ராப்ளம் இன் கோயம்புத்தூர் சொல்லுவாரு. ஓகே, அந்த மாதிரி யூ ஹேவ் டு பி, யூ ஹேவ் டு கொலாபரேட், talk with the user, talk to the people, etc. So it is a diverging step in the process of design thinking. Empathy is a diverging. Then you have to converge it. Converge means you have to find the you have to narrow down this thing. Electronic waste எதனால வருது அப்படின்னு நம்ம இப்ப எலக்ட்ரானிக் வேஸ்ட் ப்ராட் ப்ராப்ளம்னா, மொபைல் போன்னால வருது. எல்லாரும் மொபைல் வச்சிருக்கான், 1க்கு 2 வச்சிருக்கான், 1க்கு 4 வச்சிருக்கான், பழசு 3 வச்சிருக்கான், இன்னும் 3 வர்க்க. அந்த மாதிரி you have to converge it. That is, you have to frame it and reframe it. This is an iterative step. Iteration நீங்க கெமிஸ்ட்ரியில பண்ணீங்களா, repeat the process again and again and narrow down and converge the problem into one particular thing. So this space, this empathy and the framing or defining, you can call it as defining or redefining or iteration. எல்லாம் ஒரே பேர் தான், don't worry. This empathy and this framing, you can call this as the problem space. Diverge என்ன பண்ணும், we have to talk to them, collaborate, அந்த மாதிரி எல்லா யூசர்கிட்ட போய் கேட்கணும், பலதும் கேட்கணும். I will give an example later. எல்லாம் பண்றது எம்பத்தி. அதை கன்வெர்ஜ் பண்ணி டிஃபைன் பண்றது, நம்ம ப்ராப்ளம் என்ன ப்ராப்ளம் அப்படின்னு ஒரு வார்த்தையில, ஒரு சென்டென்ஸ்ல, ஒரு பேராகிராஃப்ல பண்றதுதான் convergence. That is called as defining the problem. How do you do that? By iteration. Okay, this is the problem space. These two things, these two steps. Third step is the solution. The third and fourth step on the solution kanadu. Okay, so what is that solution is, you have to ideate, think of various solutions. Oru problemthukku there may be several solutions, isn't it? Okay, several ways of solutions. I'll keep on telling this example for a long time. Suppose today afternoon your college bus has been cancelled. Let us assume because of a very large strike in India. Let us assume. How do you go to your house? you start thinking, isn't it? இப்போ நீங்க திங்க் பண்ண ஆரம்பிப்பீங்க. இது வரைக்கும் திங்க் பண்ண மாட்டீங்க. சாப்பிட்டாச்சு, கிளாஸ் முடிஞ்சது, எல்லாம் ஓகே, பஸ் ஏறி போயாச்சு. பஸ் இல்ல, எந்த பஸ்ஸும் ஓடக்கூடாது ரோட்ல. என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? உங்களுக்கு அப்பதான் மைண்ட் திங்க் பண்ணுவோம். உங்க நியூரான்ஸ் அப்பதான் ஆக்டிவேட் ஆகும். ஓ, நம்ம வீட்டுக்கு போகணுமே அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. அப்ப வீட்டுக்கு போகணும். எப்படி போகணும்? உங்க ஃப்ரெண்டு கூட பைக்ல போகலாம், ஓகே. சைக்கிள்ல போகலாம், ஓகே. ஓடி போகலாம், ஓகே. நடந்து போகலாம், ஓகே. ட்ரெயின்ல போகலாம். ட்ரெயின் வந்து ஸ்டாப் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. இந்தியாவில் 2 டைம் தான் ட்ரெயின் ஸ்டாப் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஒன்னு காந்திஜி இருந்தப்போ, ஒன்னு கொரோனா டைம்ல. ஓகே, ட்ரெயின்ல போகலாம். இப்ப இது எதுவுமே போட முடியல. இந்த 5 சொல்யூஷன், வண்டி, சைக்கிள், ஓடி, ஃப்ரெண்டு, அப்படி. சப்போஸ் உங்க வீடு ரொம்ப தூரமா இருக்கு. இப்போ SNMV வந்து மலுமிச்சம்பட்டி, உங்க வீடு உடுமலைப்பேட்டைன்னு வைங்க. வீட்டுக்கு போக முடியாது, பஸ் இல்ல, எந்த பஸ்ஸும் இல்ல. அப்ப நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? உங்க வீட்டுக்கு போன் பண்ணி உங்க சொந்தக்காரங்க வீட்டுல தங்குவீங்க. ஓகே, அது ஒரு சொல்யூஷன். சொந்தக்காரன் இல்ல, எனக்கு இப்ப ஒரு சொந்தக்காரன் இல்லப்பா, நான் என்ன பண்ணுவேன் அப்படின்னா, என் ஃப்ரெண்டு வீட்டுல டே இன்னைக்கு என் வீட்டுல தங்கிக்கிறேன் சொல்லலாம். ஓகே, அவன் அக்செப்ட் பண்ணலாம் போலாம். அதர்வைஸ் யூ டாக் டு யுவர் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் பிரின்சிபல் அண்ட் ஆல், சார் இன்னைக்கு ஹாஸ்டல் தங்கிக்கலாம். ஓகே. So there are 8 different solutions for the problem. என்ன problem? Bus is not running. Very simple. Okay. So that you have to diverge. The ideation should be diverged. Solution நிறைய கண்டுபிடிங்க. இப்படி அப்படி alternate அப்படியே போயிட்டே இருக்கணும். There should be several alternative solutions. Then from that solution, one second. Hello. சொல்லுங்க, நான் வெபினார் முடிவு வந்து. So from that solution, you have to create a prototype. Prototype வந்து இப்ப நீங்க வீட்டுக்கு போறது prototype பண்ண முடியாது. I told you earlier, for design thinking, there should be for all design, there should be a commodity. Commodity na ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் இருக்கணும். ஓகே, இப்போ வயர்டு மவுஸ், இந்த மவுஸ் இருக்கு, வயர்டு மவுஸ், வயர்லெஸ் மவுஸ் திங்க் பண்ணா இல்லையா? தட் இஸ் டியூ டு டிசைன் திங்கிங். வயர் இருக்கிற மவுஸ் இருக்கு, வயர் இல்லாத மவுஸ் இருக்கு. அப்போ யூ ஷுட் டெவலப் த ப்ரோட்டோடைப். கமோடிட்டிக்கு வி நீட் a prototype. ஓகே, ப்ரோட்டோடைப்னா இட்ஸ் அ மாடல் நினைச்சுக்கோங்க. சாஃப்ட்வேர் இதுக்கு தெரியும், சயின்ஸ் படிச்சவங்களுக்கு தெரியும். ஸோ தட் யூ ஹேவ் டு கன்வெர்ஜ். ஒரு ப்ரோட்டோடைப் 10 ப்ரோட்டோடைப் பண்ணக்கூடாது. 10 சொல்யூஷன் இருக்கு, எல்லாம் ஓகே. ஆனா 10 ப்ரோட்டோடைப் பண்ணக்கூடாது. ஓகே, யூ ஷுட் ஹேவ் ஒன்லி ஒன் ப்ரோட்டோடைப். கன்வெர்ஜ் பண்ணுவாங்க. அந்த பல சொல்யூஷன்ல இருந்து, பல ஐடியால இருந்து யூ ஹேவ் டு கன்வெர்ஜ் இன்டு சிங்கிள் இது ப்ரோட்டோடைப். ஓகே, டெவலப் பண்ணியாச்சு. ப்ரோட்டோடைப் டெவலப் பண்ண என்ன பண்ணும்? இப்போ நான் மவுஸ் கிரியேட் பண்ண, வயர் மவுஸ் இருக்கு, வயர் இல்லாத இருக்கு. வயர் இல்லாத டெவலப் பண்ணிட்டு வைங்க. இப்போ நான் தான் டெவலப் பண்ணிட்டு வைங்க எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்கு. ஸோ நான் என்ன பண்ணுவேன்? உடனே எல்லாம் பண்ணியாச்சு. ஓகே, ப்ரோட்டோடைப் இருக்கு, இப்படிதான் மவுஸ் இருக்கும். ஓகே, ஐ வில் ஸ்டார்ட் டெஸ்டிங். டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி, இப்போ டெஸ்ட் பண்ணும்போது மவுஸ் பாயிண்டர் வரல, எதுவும் ஒர்க் ஆகலைன்னா என்ன பண்ணும்? இது ஃபெயிலியர். ஓகே, ஸோ யூ ஷுட் டெஸ்டிங். இந்த டெஸ்டிங் வந்து எண்ட் யூசர் கேன் டூ ஆர் ஓவர் கேன் டூ இட். Okay, so you finally after this you get a product which is there in the market. இப்போ இது எதனால சொல்றேன் அப்படின்னா, this is the process of design of the thinking. நீங்க மனசுல திங்க் பண்ணிட்டீங்க ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம், அதுக்கு எம்பத்தைஸ் பண்ணியாச்சு, அதாவது ட்ரை, லுக், அஸ்யூம் எல்லாம் பண்ணியாச்சு, தென் டிஃபைன் பண்ணியாச்சு, தென் சொல்யூஷன் ஜெனரேட் பண்ணியாச்சு. சொல்யூஷனுக்கான ப்ரோட்டோடைப் யூ ஹவ் டன், அண்ட் ஃபார் த ப்ரோட்டோடைப் யூ ஹவ் டன் தி testing also. There ends the process of design thinking. Finally, you get a product which is a viable, marketable, everybody can use it. அந்த மாதிரி ப்ராடக்ட் உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கும். ஓகே, இப்போ எக்ஸாம்பிள் என்ன சார் இந்த மாதிரி அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, டிசைன் திங்கிங் இன்னைக்கு நேற்று வந்த டாபிக் கிடையாது. The design thinking is a concept that originated from time immemorial. அப்படிதான் நான் சொல்லுவேன். Because in those days we didn't have the matchstick. Okay, they made fire by rubbing the stones. அதுக்கு சில டைப் ஆஃப் ஸ்டோன்ஸே இருக்கு, அது இது பண்ணா எரிஞ்சிரும், இப்போ இருக்கு. But we do not know. Okay, then fire came, etc. Civilization. Okay, then civilization came, etc. Now we are sophisticated. எல்லாம் இருக்கு, செல் இருக்கு, அது இருக்கு, எல்லாம் இருக்கு. ஓகே, இருந்தாலும் ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கு இல்லையா? ஓகே, now there are several products in the market which are more popular, which are on demand. இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் யூ டேக் மொபைல் ஃபோன். எல்லாரும் வச்சிருக்கோம். ஆப்பிள் அப்படின்னு ஒரு கம்பெனி இருக்கு, ஆப்பிள் மொபைல் ஃபோன். பீப்புள் ஆர் கிரேஸ். அது நம்ம ஏன் வாங்கலன்னா விலை ஜாஸ்தி, அதனால வாங்கல. பட் they will not compromise. அவங்க விலையில காம்ப்ரமைஸ், அதெல்லாம் விட்டுருங்க. அதெல்லாம் மார்க்கெட்டிங் ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜி, சேல்ஸ் ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜி. But Apple phone in general is very good phone because of the usage. இல்லையா? அமெரிக்காவில் இருக்கவனே ஓடி போய் லைன்ல நின்று வாங்குறான், ரேஷன் கடையில் நின்று வாங்குற மாதிரி அங்க போய் லைன்ல நின்று வாங்குறான். அந்த அளவுக்கு அந்த போனோட இது இருக்கு. எதுக்கு அப்படின்னா அதோட டிசைன் இஸ் வெரி வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். தே ஹேவ் இம்ப்ளிமெண்டட் த process of design thinking. They have employed people for design. இது பண்றதுக்காக ஆளுகளை ரெக்ரூட் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்காங்க ஆப்பிள் கம்பெனி. They have employed the people for design thinking and they are getting developing the manufacturing the Apple phone. That is why many people are buying. We say it is quality எல்லாம் இருக்கு, but most important thing is the design. அது எப்படி டிசைன், இப்போ பக்கா டிசைன் இருக்கு, எந்த ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கு அந்த மாதிரின்னு வைங்களேன். There are many things you can cite where we have applied the concept of design thinking. If you take another example, if you want, I will give you another example which is a very familiar example which of late it has been introduced. எல்லாருக்கும் எல்லா பார்க்கல போய் என்ன பண்றோம், ஒரு 10 ரூபாய்க்கு if you buy a product we are scanning, paying the Paytm, Google Pay, அந்த பே, இந்த பே, phone pay, அந்த பே. ஓகே, இப்போ I am a very normal person, I am a cobbler. ஒரு செருப்பு தைக்கிற ஆளுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், நானும் ஒரு இது வச்சிருக்கேன், QR கோடு வச்சிருக்கேன் இல்லையா? 10 ரூபாய்க்கு ஒரு ஆள் செருப்பு தைச்சாலும் அவன் ஸ்கேன் பண்ணிக்கலாம். எஸ், இப்போ நான் பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட் வச்சிருப்பேன், பட் ஐ டு நாட் நோ, எனக்கு இந்த நீங்க செருப்பு தைச்சிட்டு போறீங்க, I do not know whether this money has been transferred to my account or not. ஏன்னா I am a illiterate ன்னு நினைச்சுக்கோங்க. So what the Paytm owner or the MD, what he does is he again has undergone the process of DT, that is design of the thinking, by the first step, following the first step, that is empathy. He went straight to the market. நடந்தது சொல்றேன். ஓகே, கூகுள்ல பாத்துக்கலாம். He went straight to the market where the people, vendors, the merchants, the காய்கறி இவங்கள விற்கிறவங்க இருக்காங்க. அவங்களுக்கு என்ன ப்ராப்ளம்னா, எல்லாம் QR கோடு வச்சிருக்கோம், எல்லாம் பண்றாங்க, கூகுள் பே பணம் வந்துச்சா இல்லைன்னு எங்களுக்கு தெரியல சார் அப்படிங்கிறாங்க. இவன் என்ன பண்றான், எல்லா பக்கம் போய் he is collaborating with people, he is talking to the people, he is going to the root, போய் அந்த யூசர் டீம் போற எல்லாத்தையும் போய் he comes to an, இதான் எம்பத்தி, he comes to an conclusion, he defines the problem. இதுக்கு என்ன ப்ராப்ளம், சொல்யூஷன், இதுக்கு என்ன சொல்யூஷன். ஓகே, இப்ப பணம் வந்துச்சே இல்லையா, இப்ப என்ன வருது, யூ கோ டு த ஷாப், உங்களுக்கு 10 ரூபாய் கிரெடிட் ஆயிடுச்சு அப்படின்னு வருது இல்லையா, வாய்ஸ் மெசேஜ். So what he has done is he has introduced the voice message. So nowadays you go to any shop, there is a box, voice message, 100 ரூபாய்க்கு வாங்கினா if you scan it 100 ரூபாய் பெறப்பட்டுள்ளது அப்படின்னு ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் தமிழ்ல, எனி language is not important, அதில் it is coming. So he gave a solution. அது prototype ஆகி டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி every person is using. இப்போ நான் காப்லர் இல்லையா, இந்த எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்கு I will buy that product, the voice message. ஒரு ஆள் செருப்பு தைச்சிட்டு போறாரு, 20 ரூபாங்க அப்படிங்கிறேன், அவன் ஸ்கேன் பண்றான், உடனே எனக்கு வாய்ஸ்ல கேட்கும் 20 ரூபாய் பெறப்பட்டுள்ளது. I am happy, this is the problem, this is the solution. You understand? So like this, there are several examples of in our environment where we can apply this concept of design of the thinking. Okay, இதுல the critical thinking is a part of the design thinking. How do you tell me that? How do you do that? Is in critical thinking, critical analysis அப்படினாலே questioning தான், கேள்வி மேல கேள்வி. இப்ப அந்த பேடிஎம் எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்கே வருவோம். இந்த பேடிஎம் ஓனர் வென்ட் டு த மார்க்கெட்னு சொன்னான் இல்லையா, அவரு போய் கேள்வி கேட்பாரு, எப்படிப்பா உனக்கு 10 rupees இல்ல 50 rupees கிரெடிட் ஆச்சா? அவன் பலதும் சொல்லுவான் இல்லையா அந்த மார்க்கெட் வெண்டர். இல்ல சார் இப்படி ஆச்சு அப்படி ஆச்சு, இதெல்லாம் கொஸ்டினிங். ஓகே, he will gather all this information, அனலைஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. he starts analyzing, he gets the evidence என்ன, அந்த மார்க்கெட்ல போய் கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டாரு, ஓ இந்த இதுதான் பிரச்சனை. பெரிய ஆளுக்கு பிரச்சனை இல்லை. இப்ப பெட்ரோல் பங்க் இல்ல பெரிய ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் அந்த மாதிரினா பேடிஎம் பிரச்சனை கேட்க மாட்டான், அவனுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிடும். கம்ப்யூட்டர்ல வச்சிருப்பான், லேப்டாப்ல இமிடியா அது கிரெடிட் ஆயிருக்கும் தெரிஞ்சிடும். நம்மள சாதாரண ஆளு இருக்கான் இல்லையா, 10 ரூபாய் 20 ரூபாய் 50 ரூபாய் 100 ரூபாய்க்கு வியாபாரம் பண்ற ஒரு சிறு வியாபாரின்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், ஒரு சின்ன பெட்டி கடை, அவங்களுக்கு தெரியல, அதான் ப்ராப்ளம். அப்ப வாய்ஸ் மெசேஜ் கொடுக்குறான் யாரு, பேடிஎம் காரன். So he uses the critical thinking as part of design of the thinking, and he comes to a solution where the problem is solved. Ipo ponga neenga endha kadaikku ponalum there is no problem. So what is the thinking is design thinking involves empathizing with the people's need. That is most important. If a voice message kandupidichitaru, okay, it is in French language. Let us assume French language irukku nenichukங்க. What is the use? No use. அவர் சொல்றாரு நான் கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டேன்ப்பா வாய்ஸ் மெசேஜ் இனோவேட். Okay, before that, what is innovation? Everyone should know. It is not discovery. Discovery is different. Innovation means it's the innovation. Example for innovation, this one. அதாவது பேடிஎம்ல வாய்ஸ் மெசேஜ் வர்றது அது ஒரு innovation. Innovation, how it came? Because of critical thinking, because of design thinking it came. இல்லையா? You understand? So all innovative products or innovation in general needs design thinking. Okay. So how do you do that is empathize with the people. நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி போய் மக்களிடையே போய் பேசி என்னன்னு கேட்டு இது பண்ணணும். Collaborate with different people across the various. அதே பேடிஎம் காரன் மார்க்கெட்டுக்கு மட்டும் போக கூடாது. அப்ப காய்கறி மட்டும் வந்த மாதிரி வரும். He goes to any place, small, big, etc. Include everyone into the solution. That means the small vendor, big vendor, medium-sized vendor, everyone should be included. Repeat so this is for the solution space. Repeat them for the thing. That is, repeat, iterate, and come to a solution. Come to a solution. Create a prototype. Yeah. So that repetition, iterative is a solution space. Adukku answer kaana vidai. Okay. So this is how the process of design thinking works. Okay. So coming to the pillars na toongal. Okay. So of design thinking is, in order to have innovation, if you want to really undergo or have the concept of innovation edukku pesranga, why do we have innovation? Means there are number of startup companies which are sprouting across India. We are in competition with Chinese people. So for example, Apple, I was talking about Apple. The Apple is a product of America. Everyone knows that. Steve Jobs eல்லாம் தெரியும். But who is doing that? In Taiwan, Chinese Taipei, China, இதுல குடிசை தொழில் மாதிரி, like that they are doing the manufacturing the mobile. You take any product you take, there will be a component of Chinese. China oda component illama any product illa இப்போதைக்கு. Okay. Adan there was a comment from the previous president. Previous president, who was that? American president? Before Biden, who was the president?
Obama.
After Obama. After Obama, recently.
Trump.
Donald Trump. Yes. Donald Trump was there when Corona came. Everybody knows. The officials were talking, we will wage a war with China. Okay, immediately. Nuclear irukku. So what happened is, the person near to him, secretary, there out of 10 products used by every American, 7 are from China. So he started thinking, let us stop. Example solren. So most even Americans use the Chinese. Why they are? Because more number of people, cost is very less, skill is very plenty, etc. But India is not like that. India will have skillful labor, more knowledgeable person irukanga. Nam andha mari idu pandradilla. But today the country is in need of people who are into innovation. They want more youngsters, people between the age of 20 to 40, to come into the environment, to come into the main society and have startups. Startup தொடங்கிறதுக்கு innovation is very, very important. ஏற்கனவே மவுஸ் ஒருத்தன் தயாரிச்சிட்டு இருக்கான், வயர் மவுஸ் இல்ல வயர்லெஸ் மவுஸ், நான் எதுக்கு தயாரிக்கிறேன்? No need. That is not innovation. Innovation should come with some useful இருக்கணும், சொசைட்டிக்கு யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கணும். As I said, you should keep sustainability in mind, and also profit இருக்கணும். Profit இல்லாம யாரும், nobody will do the business. Okay, you should have that all these things in mind. So adukku for innovation, the helpful thing is design thinking and critical thinking and also lateral thinking. Adu you should not for a shortcut think பண்ற மாதிரியும் think பண்ணலாம். அது சைனீஸ் பண்றது அதுதான். Okay, so this thinking is more important. Okay, as said by the person, the famous, you can see on the screen, if I had an hour to solve a problem, I would spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem and 5 minutes only thinking about the solution. I didn't say the greatest scientist on earth, Albert Einstein, has said this word. So every problem you think for more time rather than thinking the solution. Okay, so then you will get in that thing you will have failure. You have to try. Empathy means trying, looking out, and engaging. You have to try. If you try, definitely you will fail. Now, cycle water சொன்னேன்லையா, if you are swimming, if you are learning to swim, if you are learning to ride the cycle, definitely you will fail. Again, what you do, you will not skip, you will not go away. You will be trying. So trying, failing, trying, failing. That is a loop in general, we can say. Finally, you will succeed. At one stage, you come to a success. Here, as far as we are talking, the design thinking and critical thinking will lead to success. That means innovative product, development of innovative product. Product can even software is a product. Okay, of the product, innovative product brings you success. Okay, now this product, when I said it is a commodity. What is a commodity? If it has been used by every person or used by people, it becomes a commodity. Now there is a professor, in fact, Don Norman. He was the first person. He's an architect in Apple. You should understand that Apple இப்படி யாருன்னு காரணம் Steve Jobs மட்டும் இல்ல. There are people, as I told you, they employ design thinkers. Design thinking, there is a department. Okay, even today, Apple பண்ணால almost all companies they have started doing. But what is the use of that is, they get large profit. Apple எப்படி profit? World over they are there. Everybody is into ஒரு லட்சம் ரூபா இருந்தாலும் வாங்குறதுக்கு நிறைய பேர் இருக்கான். Ultimately, the company, the people, everybody is getting the profit, isn't it? So, in India also, many companies are trying to deploy the design thinkers into their fold. Infosys is doing, TCS is doing, the manufacturing companies are doing, etc. Okay, there are usage of இப்போ நீங்க நிறைய Uber call taxi, the Ola, Uber Eats, Zomato எல்லாம் இருக்கும். Zomato ஹோட்டலே இல்லை. Okay, Zomato does not have a hotel, but they are supplying food to all the people. இல்லையா? So அது ஒரு example for a design thinking, innovation, innovative product. Zomato app is an innovative product. அவன் பண்ண உடனே அடுத்த ஆள் அடிச்சிட்டான். யாரு? Swiggy. அந்த மாதிரி ஒவ்வொரு ஆளும் they started doing, but there should be some kind of a thrust to distinguish between the Zomato and the Swiggy. Okay, because you will have the IPR வரும், property வரும். நீங்க பண்ண அதே நானும் பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்? You will go and file the complaint, இல்லையா? So all these things are integrated or are all needed for a startup. That means you should have design thinking, then you should have also inside that critical thinking. Then you should start developing a product, and finally it should come to the market. They should be saleable, usable, etc. Then you should have the IPR, etc. Many things are there. I will talk about the thing. So design thinking, the pillars are empathetic. That means empathy is one pillar. Collaboration or definition is another pillar. Inclusion. Here, what is inclusion? Including the users. Okay. Suppose I am I am having a very good creative mind, innovative thing, etc. And my product is not used by any person. There is no use. You go to Google and type useless products. அடிச்சீங்கன்னா நிறைய ஒரு images கொடுங்க. Okay. You will get more. All are avungalum, they have undergone design thinking தான். They are also used to design thinking concepts, but their product has become unusable. That should not be the intention. So the solution should be to make use of the product. Now, ஒரு product develop பண்ணா everybody should use. நான் use பண்ண product நான் develop பண்ண product or இது யாரு use பண்ணலன்னா there is no use, isn't it? But these are the 4 pillars of the design thinking. Where do you find the design thinking in innovation? Okay, you can see this picture where we are finding the problem, we are finding the solution. Yeah, every problem there is a solution. Design thinking helps us to do the right thing. It has got a sequence of steps. It has got a sequence of process, empathy, define, iterate, prototype, test, and the mari 5 phases irukku illaya. Hence, the design thinking will be useful to do the right thing. Right thing, doing the right thing for the problem, design thinking will help you. Okay. The solution is nothing but doing the thing right. There is a difference between doing the right thing and doing the thing right. So problem finding is nothing but doing the right thing. Solution of the problem is nothing but doing the thing right. Okay. So we find the concept of design of the thinking in finding the problem. That is more important. The Paytm example I told you, he developed the app, you can scan the QR code, etc., and pay the money. Okay. Linked with the bank, your account is account, etc., everything okay. Now the problem was a few years back, particularly during the corona, the people, the vendors did not have the knowledge whether the money has been credited or not. So finding that problem, for that only design thinking was used. Okay. So you can categorize into several things, and finally you got the, so then you got the solution right now. What is the solution? Voice message. For every account, every transaction, voice message. That is the solution. No, I am talking about the Paytm example. So design thinking helps in doing that. Okay. So this is what I want to convey in this short span of time. And this is an example. We don't teach me design thinking. Show me how to think in the design. Design thinking is a course in most of the Western countries, but where they ask the people to make use, to design or craft it, to categorize the problem into, find the problem, empathy, etc., etc., show how to think in the design. That is more important. Okay. Now, in critical thinking, what is more important? Asking the questions is important. You have to have more questions. Analyze the problem in more deeper manner. Determine or find what are the various findings or solutions that can really benefit or use beneficial for the user. Like that, we have to do it. As far as critical thinking is concerned, critical thinking is part of the design thinking. Both critical thinking and design thinking will definitely help everyone, whoever is coming into the area of any startup or doing our own business idea, plan, execution, etc., will or should make use of these 2 important things, that is the design thinking and critical thinking. So I'll show an example of a problem statement to everyone in this gathering. This is an example problem statement where how to improve the departmental store or grocery shopping experience in a manner that it positively impacts the people. People means you and I and the person in the sales person, they are all people, and the environment. Can you understand? problem statement, it should be clear. You can ask the questions to me. Critical analysis you can do. Critical thinking means, I told you, asking question, analyzing, finding the various solutions and coming to a judgment. Oh, இதுதான் question, இதுதான் solution. Okay. அதுக்கு you have to apply design. Okay. அதுக்கு தான் empathy, definition, ideation, then prototype, then finally testing. Is it clear? எங்க critical thinking apply பண்ணும், எங்க எப்போ design thinking apply பண்ணனும், everyone should know after the end of the session. Okay. Any problem, I told you problem can be anything. Okay, bus வரலையா problem, தண்ணி வரலையா problem, வீட்டுல தண்ணி வரலையா, நல்ல தண்ணி வரலையா problem. Okay, இந்த மாதிரி நம்ம நிறைய problems இருக்கு. Every day, every people are experiencing problems. எல்லாத்துக்கும் இது பண்ணலாம். ஆனா எல்லாத்துக்கும் இப்படி பண்ணிட்டு empathy இதெல்லாம் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. For a product தான் we focus. Okay. Because if I sell a product only, I get money. இல்லையா? இப்போ பஸ்ல நடந்து போங்கன்னு சொன்னா I don't get money. That is all counseling. அந்த மாதிரி வரும். If you have manufacture of, if you have a product, then I'll be selling it. Through selling, I'll get money. Yeah, that is very important. So this is the problem statement. How might we improve the grocery shopping experience in a manner that it impacts positively the people and the environment? Can you give an example or one or two example for this problem? Can anyone in this audience who are attentive, who have been listening, please give me the solution. If you want, I'll ask in Tamil. இப்ப grocery shoppingனா பெரிய ஒரு டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஸ்டோர் நினைச்சுக்கோங்க. பிக் பஜார், கண்ணன் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஸ்டோர், இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஸ்டோர் இருக்கு இல்லையா, இந்த மாதிரி நினைச்சுங்க. ரிலையன்ஸ் இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். I am having the problem. I am going to நான் அந்த இதுக்கு போறேன், போய் நிறைய ப்ராடக்ட் வாங்குறேன், பிஸ்கட்டு, அரிசி, பருப்பு எல்லாம் வாங்கி அந்த ட்ராலியிலோ இதுல போடுறேன். பட் ஐ ஹேவ் a bad experience. என்னன்னா எல்லாம் வாங்கிடுவேன் சீக்கிரமா, பட் லைன்ல நின்று பே பண்றதுக்குள்ளரா போதும் ஆயிடும் இல்லையா? இது ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம். How do we improve that? How to improve that? You give me a solution. Yes.
So that supermarket used to have any app?
Yes. Please mention your name, madam.
We can order. Selva Jayanti, sir.
You are a faculty, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good for your thing. Good means you have responded, number one. Yeah, tell me the answer, madam.
If they are having any app, means we can go and we can list the products, we can bill it, and we can give the money to them from the app itself.
Okay, அப்ப ப்ராடக்ட் எப்படி வரும் உங்க கைக்கு?
They have to deliver, or
home delivery.
I can home delivery. Otherwise, if I'm going on that way, I can book after 30 minutes or after 1 hour. I can come and pick up my product like that.
Okay, இப்ப நான் okay, very good answer. But I will ask a question, counter question. இப்போ நீங்க சொல்றீங்க அது ஆப்ல போய் செலக்ட் பண்ணி இது பண்ணா வீட்டுக்கு வந்துடும், இல்லை நான் போறப்போ வாங்கிக்குவேன். ஓகே, இப்போ நான் ஒரு பிஸ்கட் வாங்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன், எக்ஸாம்பிள். நான் ஆப்ல போட்டேன், பிஸ்கட்டு ஆர்டர் பண்ணிட்டேன். பிஸ்கட் வர்றக்குள்ள உடஞ்சிருச்சுன்னு வைங்க, நீங்க சாப்பிடுவீங்களா? we will not eat. நாம உடனே ரிட்டர்ன் பண்ணுவோம் இல்லையா? ஸோ அதுவும் the solution is correct. This is called as divergent thinking. அந்த எம்பத்தின்னு சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, this is what empathy. Then you are to converge. Converge என்ன? Define, reframe, frame it, reframe it. இப்போ நம்ம ஃப்ரேம் பண்ணோம். இப்போ ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் கிடைச்சிருச்சு, மேடம் சொன்ன ஒரு ஆன்சர் இருக்கு, இப்போ நான் ஒரு ஆன்சர் சொல்லுவேன், இன்னொருத்தர் ஒரு ஆன்சர் சொல்லுவாரு. Like that, everybody will have different solution இல்லையா? Fine, this is called as empathizing. இப்போ நம்ம கடையில போய் பார்ப்போம், அந்த கடையில போய் இப்போ சில கடையில சில ஆப் வச்சிருப்போம். நீங்க ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இப்போ இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் இஸ் தேர் ஃபார் எவ்ரி டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஸ்டோர். யூ கோ டு டிகேத்தலான் அப்படின்னு ஒரு கடை இருக்கு, தெரியுங்களா? பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? நம்ம அவனாசி ரோட்ல சிட்ராலாம் தாண்டிங்கன்னா வரும். Have you heard about Decathlon?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Have you been there? Any one of you?
Yes, sir. Sports materials available.
Yes, sports.
Yes, sir.
Football, yes. How do they solve this problem? போனவங்களுக்கு தெரியும் இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கு இல்லையா?
Sir, what is the What is the problem? So they have separate racks and they can easily find out. They have
yes. I am talking. You are taking the product or football or how the billing is done.
I don't know why because
okay.
Now it's like all other supermarkets. That is the way only they observe.
Okay. No problem. So these are the various divergent thinking for empathy. Ipo bad experience we need positive experience. What is the bad experience? I am getting the product in whatever supermarket, but I have to stand in a queue for payment. Yeah. So how do we improve that? Walmart America, you can see the Walmart India already North India. The Walmart, what they have done is, if you take any product from the rack and put it into the trolley, automatically in your credit card, that amount will be reduced. 10 ரூபாய்க்கு ஒரு பேக்கெட் பிஸ்கட் எடுத்து உள்ள போட்டேன் அப்படின்னா 10 ரூபாய் நம்ம அக்கௌண்ட்ல இருந்து போச்சு. இன்னொரு இடத்துல போய் ரேக்ல போய் 20 ரூபாய்க்கு ஒரு இது எடுத்து ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் எடுத்து போட்டா 20 போச்சு. வெளியே வர 30 ரூபாய் எனக்கு போச்சு. எப்படின்னு கேட்பீங்க. Immediate, if you enter into that Walmart, your name, your credit card number will be scanned. Scan பண்ணோம்னா whatever product you take and put into the trolley, immediately it will be reduced from your amount. நீங்க வாங்கிட்டு வீட்டுக்கு நேரா போல எங்க நிக்க வேண்டாம். So by this way, they have given a solution for the good experience of good shopping experience. Okay, இந்தியால அது பண்ண முடியுமான்னு தெரியல. ஏன்னா ஒன்னு எடுத்து ட்ராலியில போடுவோம், ஒன்னு பாக்கெட்ல போட்டுருவான். பாக்கெட்ல போட்டதுக்கு வராது, ட்ராலியில போட்டா மட்டும்தான் வரும். ஓகே, ஸோ there are solutions for this thing. இப்போ டெக்கத்தாலானும் அப்படிதான் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, வால்மார்ட் அப்படிதான் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அந்த மாதிரி இந்தியாவில் வர்றதுக்கு சான்சஸ் ஜாஸ்தி. ஓகே, ஆப்பிள் ஃபோன் நீங்க பார்த்துருப்பீங்க, கொஞ்ச நாளைக்கு முன்னாடி, ஒரு 2 வருஷம் முன்னாடி பயங்கர லைன், ரேஷன் கடை மாதிரி லைன் நின்ட்டான். இப்போ அவன் எல்லாம் வாங்கிட்டு வர்றதுக்கு ப்ராடக்ட் வர நைட்டு போய் நின்றுறான். நம்ம ஊர்ல சினிமா ரிலீஸ் ஆனா நைட்டு போயிடுவாங்கல்ல, நேற்று கூட 4 மணிக்கு ஷோ, அந்த மாதிரி போய் நின்ட்டாங்க. பட் அது ஒரு ப்ராப்ளமா பார்த்துட்டு டான் நார்மன் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, இஸ் an architect in Apple, is a professor actually, is an architect. He only coined the word user experience. UX ன்னு கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க, UX. யூசர் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் தான் மோஸ்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். நான் சொல்ல, டான் நார்மன் அப்படிங்கிற ப்ரொஃபசர் சொல்லியிருக்காரு. இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் த ஆர்கிடெக்ட்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஆர் இஸ் ஒர்க்கிங் அண்டர் தி ஆப்பிள் ஃபோன். நெக்ஸ்ட் ரிலீஸ், இந்த ஆப்பிள் ரிலீஸ் பண்ணுவான், ஆப்பிள் 1, ஆப்பிள் 2 அப்படின்னு ரிலீஸ் பண்றான் இல்லையா, ஏதோ ஒரு ஆப்பிள் நான் மறந்துட்டேன், பயங்கர கூட்டம், அமெரிக்கா ஃபுல்லா நைட்டு மீறி பயங்கர பிரச்சனை, இந்த ஆப்பிள் வருதுன்ட்டு. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஆப்பிள் வர்றப்ப அந்த ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லை, ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்லி சால்வ்டு. நீங்க வாங்கணும்னு நினைச்சு இது பண்ணீங்கன்னா உடனே அங்க உங்க அமௌண்ட் உங்க இதுல இருந்து அவன் எடுத்துறான். ஓகே, ஸோ லைக் திஸ் there are solutions. ஓகே, இது is also innovation. That is the most important thing. Paytm voice message is an innovation. Anything. See, I cannot create a Paytm, already it is there. Okay, I can distinguish my app with Paytm. Google Pay and Paytm and Phone Pay are all same, but there is some distinctions. Okay, இப்போ இருக்கான்னு தெரியல, பட் எவ்ரிதிங் இஸ் சேம். பட் இன் ஜெனரல் there should be some distinction. அதர்வைஸ் என்ன ஆகும்னா, காப்பிரைட் இஷ்யூ, அந்த மாதிரி ட்ரேட்மார்க் இஷ்யூ, ஒரே அவனோட சிம்பிளே நடத்தினா ட்ரேட்மார்க் அதெல்லாம் வரும். அதெல்லாம் ஐபிஆர்னு ஒரு செப்பரேட் இது இருக்கு, அதில் வரும், பேட்டன்ட் இதெல்லாம் வந்துடும். அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? ஸோ ஃபார் எங்க நம்ம கிரிட்டிக்கல் திங்கிங்கும் டிசைன் திங்கிங் யூஸ் பண்றோம்னா, ஃபார் த சொல்யூஷன் ஃபார் திஸ் ப்ராப்ளம். ஓகே, நவ் ஐ வில் ஷோ யூ an example picture. Can you all see this picture? Can you see this picture? Yes, yes. இதுல இருந்து என்ன தெரியுது, யாரோ ஒருத்தருக்கு சொல்லுங்க. One of you tell me what is the problem. What is the problem? There is a bridge. Under the bridge, the truck has to pass. It is not passing. It has got stuck up in between because of the load. Okay, this truck is carrying a large container, the container or shipment we can call. It has got stuck up under the bridge, isn't it? So what happens? It cannot pass through. அப்படியே மாட்டிருச்சு இல்லையா? Is that the problem? Is it clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So இப்போ நம்ம ஊர்ல நிறைய நடக்கும், நம்ம பார்த்துருப்போம். என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க அப்படின்னா, இப்போ நம்ம இங்க we'll see how to solve this problem. So problem empathy பண்ணலாம். So what happens is the driver or the owner comes and talks with the different type of people. Who will come? Police people will come, the local people will come, the fire service and the இவங்க எல்லாம் வருவாங்க இல்லையா? அவங்ககிட்ட எல்லாம் பேசுவாங்க, எப்படி பண்ணலாம், அவன் எப்படி பண்ணுவான், அது உடைக்கலாம். சிவில் இன்ஜினியர் வருவான், அந்த பில்டிங் அந்த பிடபிள்யூடி ஆள் எல்லாம் வருவான், இதை உடைக்கலாம், அதை பண்ணலாம், இதை பண்ணலாம். மெக்கானிக் வருவான், லாரி இப்படி பண்ணலாம், அப்படி எல்லாம் வருவாங்களா? ஓகே, இப்போ டிஃபைன் பண்ணும் சொல்யூஷன். இது ப்ராப்ளம் ஸ்பேஸ் முடிஞ்சது. ப்ராப்ளம் ஸ்பேஸ்ல வந்து எம்பத்தி, டைவர்ஜென்ட் திங்கிங், தென் கன்வர்ஜ், டிஃபைன் பண்ணியாச்சு. ஓ இதுதான் ப்ராப்ளம், என்ன பண்ணாலும் வரல, லாரி இதுல பாஸ் ஆகல, ட்ரக் பாஸ் ஆகல. ஓகே, சொல்யூஷன் என்ன? I told you solution contains ideation. Give the ideas. அதுவும் divergent. அப்போ civil engineer will give, PWD man will give one answer. Fire service man will give one answer, solution. Police people will give one solution. The traffic department, highways department, they will give one solution. அந்த மாதிரி different solutions we got. Ideation. Okay, third step over. Fourth step, we have to come to a conclusion. That is prototype இல்லையா? We have to converge. நாலுமே ஆன்சர் கிடையாது, ஒண்ணுதான் ஆன்சர். ஒரு கொஸ்டின், ஒரு ப்ராப்ளத்துக்கு ஒண்ணுதான் ரைட் ஆன்சர். அப்போ வாட் இஸ் த ரைட் ஆன்சர் வரணும். இந்த ரைட் ஆன்சர் வரும்போது இது ப்ராப்ளம் என்னன்னா, பிடபிள்யூடி காரன் உடைக்க சொல்றான் முடியாது, டிராபிக் போலீஸ்காரன் இதை வச்சு நகர்த்த சொல்றான் முடியல, அப்படி பலதும். ஸோ திஸ் ஆன்சர், ஓகே, ஐ வில் ஆஸ்க் த ஆன்சர் ஆல்சோ டு யூ. வாட் ஷுட் பி டன் ஃபார் திஸ் ப்ராப்ளம்? கேன் எனிஒன் ஆன்சர்? What should be done? The problem புரிஞ்சுக்குங்க. The truck cannot pass through the bridge. Under அதில் மாட்டிருச்சு, it has got stuck up. So what is the correct and viable solution for this problem? Can anyone answer? Particularly students.
The vehicle can be demolished.
Demolition bomb போட்டு உடைச்சிடலாங்கிறீங்களா?
Not like that is the way. We can at least which part is already struck, that part can be removed.
Okay, அப்போ உள்ள இருக்கிற கண்டெய்னர், ஷிப்மெண்ட், இந்த கண்டெய்னர் பார்த்திருப்பீங்க கப்பல்ல போறது, that inside that many things will be there, product maybe
already it is damaged, sir. So instead of waiting,
already damaged na அது சிக்கி இருக்கு, முழுசா டேமேஜ் ஆகலன்னு வைங்களேன்.
Okay,
it's got stuck up. Okay, that is also one thing. Okay, so any other answers?
We can remove the tires.
we can remove the tires.
Yeah, okay. So that the height will get reduced, so we can take it and then we can do.
Yes, that is the answer.
Oh, that is the answer.
We can remove the air from tires.
Yes. That, who said that?
My father said.
Somebody told remove the air from the tire.
From tire.
Flatten the tire. Flatten the tire. The puncture only flattening the tire is, yes. The solution was given by a young boy. இது உண்மையா நடந்த இடம், இது உண்மையா நடந்தது ஒரு இடத்துல. ஓகே, யூரோப்ல ஒரு இடத்துல நடந்ததுன்னு வைங்களேன். போலீஸ்காரன் வந்துட்டான், பிடபிள்யூடி வந்துட்டான், டிராபிக் எல்லாம் வந்துட்டான், ஒன்னும் வழியில. ஒரு சின்ன பையன் பார்த்துட்டு, ஓ இதுதான் ப்ராப்ளம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு he gave the answer. What was the answer? Just flatten. யாரோ சொன்னாங்க, somebody from the audience told, flatten the tire. இந்த நாலுல இதுக்கெல்லாம் ஒரு 10-15 வீல் இருக்கும், பஞ்சர் பண்ணுங்க. அப்படி என்ன ஆகும்? ஹைட் ரெடியூஸ் ஆகும். நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா அந்த போட்டோல கொஞ்சம் தான் அது ஒரு இது ஆயிருக்கு, ஸ்டக் ஆயிருக்கு. ஒரு 5 அடி 5 இன்ச்சு 10 இன்ச்சு இருக்குன்னு வைங்களேன். ஸோ ஃபிளாட்டன் த டயர் ஆகும்போது என்ன ஆகும்? த சைஸ் ஆஃப் த ட்ரக் வில் கெட் ரெடியூஸ்ட். கீழே வருமா? அதுக்கப்புறம் வாட் ஹேப்பன்ஸ்? ஒரு பெரிய கிரேனோ இல்லை ஏதோ இது வச்சுட்டு வி கேன் புல் இட் அவுட் ஃப்ரம் த இதுதான், தட் இஸ் த சொல்யூஷன். யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? ஸோ லைக் திஸ். இப்போ நீங்க கொஞ்சம் திங்க் பண்ணியிருப்பீங்க இல்லையா? இந்த கொஸ்டின் when you saw the picture, இப்போ நீங்க இப்போ what some people will think, you will rightly think and find the answers where it got stuck. You can see in that corner the bridge and the container is colliding, that angle அது சைஸ் எல்லாம் எடுத்துருவான். கிரிட்டிக்கல் அனாலிசிஸ் என்ன பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னா, அந்த சைஸ் எடுத்துருவோம். 10 இன்ச்சு 15 இன்ச்சு like that he will take. Okay, so that is the solution which was given by a young boy from the audience. Okay, so in that way, இதுக்கு design thinking எப்படி பண்ணணும்னா you have to empathy இதெல்லாம் பண்ணி you can do it. Okay, so with that small note, I will conclude my session. And if you have any questions or something to ask, you can ask. I am not an expert in anything, just I have learned and I have expressed my views, that's all. The forum is open for questions.
So first, my thanks for you. Really, it was a wonderful session. Really, it's not just for words. Actually, you made us to think, at least for a while. After a long time, it is like sitting in a class, and the teacher asked us to think something, do something. So it was really a wonderful session. You made us to think. Thank you.
Okay, was it useful?
Yes, sir.
Who said yes?
Sir, really, it was a wonderful session, sir. Because நீங்க பேசும்போது தான் எங்களுக்கு எப்படி எல்லாம் திங்க் பண்ணலாம் அப்படிங்கிற ஐடியாவே கிடைச்சது.
நீங்க ஸ்டாஃப்ங்களா மேடம்?
ஆமாங்க சார்.
நம்ம ப்ரோக்ராம் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு தானே?
நாங்களே இன்னைக்கு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் தாங்க சார்.
இல்ல நானும் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் தான், லைஃப் லாங் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் தான். பட் இதான் the problem with the student is இதே கிளாஸ் ரூம்ல இதான் நடக்கும். They won't ask questions இல்லையா? நம்ம 20 வருஷமா வாத்தியாரா இருக்கேன். ஒரு 2-3 ஸ்டூடெண்ட் தான் நான் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் சொல்லுவேன். எப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா he's doing wonders in America. சங்கர் நாராயண் பேரு, அவன் பேரு. He will ask questions, more questions. அப்ப என்ன ஆகும்னா we start thinking. நம்ம ஒரு வாத்தியார் ஒரு டீச்சர் எப்படி இருக்கணும்னா he should be a புக்ல இருக்கிற படிச்சு போய் சொல்றது வாத்தியார் இல்ல. he should always innovative thinking, innovative teaching சொல்லுவாங்க. give the problem, ask them to find the solution. அது இங்க நடக்காது. unfortunately it will not happen because we have to complete the syllabus. அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கு. இன்க்ளூசிவ் growth இருக்கு, இன்க்ளூசிவ் அதெல்லாம் இருக்கு, அதனால நடக்காது. anyway, there are some students, Divya, Kulotungan, Farzana, Faisal, I think they are all students, Anusri, Sri Devi, etc. If you want to ask anything, you can ask. இல்ல டைம் ஆயிடுச்சு, இப்போ இறங்கி போடான்னு சொல்றீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் இல்லையா? I can analyze your mind. The time is up. Your given time is over. We are on the verge of having lunch. And, I can understand. I have.
They are about the college timings is over.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I told you initially.
Kindly wait for a minute. Okay.
Initially I told you for how long should I take. You only said you can go forward.
Yeah. We all understood, sir.
Time is not a limit. Actually, I am stopping in between.
Oh, is it so?
Okay. Okay. Anyway, thanks to the organizers, Dr. Vijay Chitra, Dr. Bakiraj, and I don't know the madam's name. It is not been displayed. And Dr. Subramani. Selva Jain. Okay. And Dr. Subramani sir is my very good friend, and all the organizers, and the patient listening from the students' side. Patient idle listening. That is very important. Idle. Okay. Wonderful. Not an issue. It happens. It is there. Okay. Over to organizers.
Thank you, sir. It's a time to thank. Saying thank you is more than good manner. It is a spirituality. It's my honor and privilege to express the thanks. My heart fills with a lot of gratitude and respect to our chief guest, Dr. E K GIRISAN. He is a distinguished speaker and from Associate Professor, Department of Computer Application, Sri Narayana Guru College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Sir, despite his busy schedule, and enlighten us with design thinking, critical thinking, and how we have to listen the surrounding, then we can find the problems. If we find the problems, automatically we can start thinking. Once we started thinking, we can find the solution. If a solution is ready, we can design and we can test and we can market the product. This is the outcome, sir. I have gone through your speak. It was wonderful session, sir. On behalf of IIC, I express my gratitude towards the management and secretaries I thank our well-wisher principal, Dr. Subramani sir, for his support and commitment. My heartfelt thanks to Dr. A. Vijichitra ma'am for her valuable guidance and encouragement. My special thanks to all the IIC members, faculties, and the students. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Girishan sir.
Thanks a lot, sir.
So your mic is muted, I think. Say your mic is muted.
It's nice to see you on the screen after a long time.
Yeah.
In fact, your earlier students, Hari and Amrita and
Oh, hi, Amrita.
Hi.
Hi, Hari. Come this side. I couldn't see you.
Hari, good afternoon.
Hari, Sugalam.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Girishan sir. Thank you.
Okay, madam. Okay. Bye. See you.